Yeah.
How many of us allocate monies for leisure? But when you go to other jurisdictions, they do.
Yeah.
Even if you don't do it yourself, your company or your employee makes allocation for you so they can get some money and go to the cinemas to go and watch movies.
Now let's get straight into our click bars, and starting off, NFA, that is the National Film Authority, headed by Kafui Danku, who is also a filmmaker. They recently brought industry stakeholders together to discuss the future of Ghana's film industry, and key issues included policy reforms, distribution, investment, and also global positioning of Ghanaian films. And the event, many think, is a step toward creating structure for the industry. Now, under the theme Accelerating Industry Development, the maiden event was attended by dignitaries and prominent actors, including the Deputy Creative Arts Minister, Yusuf Issa Kajaja, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amankwehene, and the Director of Diaspora Affairs, KOD, Kofi Ochedako, Fred Amugi, a veteran actor, Rosalind Gisa, and so many, Mathankuma, all of them. And emceeing the event was Chris Atto, Princess Nkrumah, and also Dr. Besmak Odumsaki. And the dialogue actually brought together filmmakers, producers, industry, all stakeholders involved. And Kafui Danku also stressed on the need for inclusive decision making in policy development. She went on and announced the NFA's plans to introduce training programs focused on storytelling, sound design. All of the things that we've been talking about over the years. Now, my question is, when I first got to know about this particular event happening, are these dialogue the ultimate need for real change, or it's just, one of those talk shops that we just decide to wake up one day and then have to tickle ourselves and laugh?
So, Sika, you could realize I started laughing when you were going through your script. So many questions were ringing in my head. I was asking myself, do these people really know Ghanaians love film? Do they really know the interest of Ghanaians in film? And what are they really doing to transform that interest into liquid? That is, transferring our interest into making money for the country. In film, who are the end users of film? At the end of the day, you can make all the brilliant film, all the quality films and other stuff. At the end of the day, ask yourself, who are the final consumers of the film? It's Ghanaians.
Yeah.
The fans, the people who love it. So how do you get these people to watch these films? So if people are not watching Hollywood blockbusters, they would have stopped making those movies because people are not patronizing. So why should they continue making all of these movies? So I think government should have a change in focus of direction. That is what we have done ages in the past, and we still have a stagnant industry. From workshops, over dialogues, hundreds and thousands of them from successive governments, and still there hasn't been any change because the final consumer is not involved in those your dialogues. Because at the end of the day, if you make the movie or the film and people are not watching, what are you? Yes, you've not done anything. You should whip up the interest of the people in watching the movies. So I was going to, I said, we are seeing our film industry isn't thriving. I've learned to realize that the living standards of people is a contributing factor to the decline. Sika, if a worker doesn't have allocation for leisure, how will the person get to the cinema to go and watch those movies?
Yeah.
How many of us allocate monies for leisure? But when you go to other jurisdictions, they do.
Yeah.
Even if you don't do it yourself, your company or your employee makes allocation for you so they can get some money and go to the cinemas to go and watch movies. Are they thinking about all of these things? They are interested in roundtable conferences, signing MOUs like they did the other time without any results. They are not concerned about infrastructure. Film is about infrastructure. So if the final consumer is not able to have access in his or her own room, the next place is the cinema. They should be thinking about this physical infrastructure and stop thinking about this paper infrastructure that we have all the brilliant policies. We have all the brilliant structures that can hold forth our film industry. What we need is infrastructure. They are closely in 8 months. Gradually, they are getting to a year. We have private people who have been able to build in less than 8 months. Nobody should tell me we are putting pressure on them. They should deliver. Okay. They should move from these. Was it a conference or it was a what?
It was more of a dialogue. They should
move from these dialogues. They should move from these dialogues. So by now, 8 months, they could have started a project in Western region. They could have had plans to start a project in elsewhere, building cinemas to whip up people's interest in the movie industries and move away from these dialogue. At the end of the day, they will just prepare scripts, go sit down, read, and go back to sleep again. Just mark my words, by the end of the 4 years, nothing would have come out from this.
Oh, let's be optimistic.
We have been.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
We have been. Our fingers has been crossed till. Now there is nothing to show. So for me, I believe they should hit the ground running. Have they visited our Center for National Cultures? I was itching to hear that the National Film Authority is embarking on a 1-month tour of all the cultural centers across the country to ascertain their current state so they can come here and look at our own. But they sit in Accra and engage in dialogue upon dialogue upon dialogue. If we don't wise up as a country, these politically alienated individuals would, at the end of the day, collapse every means of entertainment avenue for the citizens. At the end of the day, we would only have enjoyment in our rooms.
Only enjoyment in our rooms, Wooly.
I think I don't agree with Chima, because I believe dialoguing is what lets us know our pros and our cons.
My problem is we've had a lot of these dialogues.
But this is a new dispensation.
This is what they tell us who.
No, because let's say the past government is gone. There's a new government. They are arranging stuff. The people who actually held this conference are new leaders of the National Film Authority. Kafui Danku was not in office last year. So if she's in there, James Gardner is in there, they are in to build whatever research the past government has done, we were not able to implement it. So there is no way we can go according to someone's trump card that a person couldn't use. What if it's a trap for you to fall in? So the best you do is open yourself up for new dialogue. Now, they've been able to dialogue. In their minutes, they know there have been submissions from here and there. Now, we know the pros, we know the cons, we know the ones that are necessity at the moment, the ones that can be long-term projects, the ones that can be short-term projects. We know all of those things. Before we embark on saying we want to build a CNC, we want to build an amphitheater or whatever. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. It's a new dispensation. If it was the same government that was doing it again, I can say it's a joke. But now, this is a new board.
And this is what successive governments have been doing.
They failed to roll it out. So give these people a chance. They've done theirs.
We've given them so many chances. So
if Kafui Danku in office, that was the second time doing a dialogue, then we can call her and say she's a joke. But at the moment, this is her first dialogue. I stand to if there's been any we've heard of.
This is the first, but
Exactly. So give them the
how
benefits of
long?
the doubt that they want to start something new.
For how long are you going to just
But first
talk?
of all, no. First of all, let's know where we are at the moment as an industry. Now, where we want to go is another step we would also have to look at. And then what will make us get to this place we want to get to. All these things are systematic. They just don't work. It's not a one-man show. It's not like you running a Sika Multimedia. You're running
Yes,
a
it's
country.
a government machinery.
It's a government machinery.
Yeah, so
it would take processes. It wouldn't take you telling me that, oh, the people who were in office before I came, they did this, so I'm not even going to know the changes that have happened today. I'm just going to go according to what they've left. Forgetting that now the world is moving at a faster pace, where the next morning wake up is
Things
pen
are
drive.
changing.
The next morning is no more pen drive. Is Netflix. Is YouTube. We might wake up the next morning again too, and it is something else. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. After this dialogue, the dialogue was done in September 2025. By September 2026,
They should have.
and there's nothing better happening, I will personally sit here and lambast them. I will personally sit here and drag a fool.
Well, I'll mark my calendar.
Yes, I'll personally sit
Can
here.
let's mark the calendar.
I'll personally sit here and drag her.
Let's
That
mark the
upon the dialogue, Mpampati amuko try.
That is a problem.
Any kebab,
and one
any mispa. Movie item 13.
That's
And they're
what.
I don't know,
Is
the
that
biggest
your
one-
worry?
allowances haven't even
I won't
Wait,
talk about the allowance.
Is that your worry?
Yes, that's my worry.
your worry.
That's my worry.
That's serious.
And the middle who came, the solid. That's I didn't get some.
Wait, did you attend?
I was not invited.
Were you prevented from
I was
going?
not invited.
Were you prevented
I was
from
not
going?
invited.
How many media from the region were invited to that?
None.
So that brings my question. Is this do you guys also think that this is something that should be on regional basis? Because just like the conversation on Galamsey,
Yeah.
we always sit in the capital, make decisions, talk. But then the thing is still on the grounds, it's still ongoing. And I think even Lewin, after the dialogue, I don't know if he attended, I'm not sure about that, but he also brought out some concerns where he spoke about the fact that the whole dialogue was in English. But then first of all, our official language is English. So until one of the local languages is made our official language, I don't think.
No, but I think when there are events like that, it should be open, where whatever language you are fluent in.
No, but then
You're
shouldn't
supposed to flow
it
and there
come
should be
to the people?
interpreters.
It should.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
should.
Shouldn't it come
It
to the
should.
people?
When-
Yes, we can have the whole thing. We understand the system that we run in this country and how the capital, everything happens in the capital. But there are certain issues that you have to get to the grassroots. You have to reach out to the people and talk to them.
I think at that point they might be wrong. I feel like you're saying, even if before this national dialogue was done, they could have had on a regional basis.
Yeah.
Where they might go to all the 16 regions
And then they
have
crown
the
it.
dialogue over there, and then they crown it. And when
Exactly.
they
The one
get
in
to
Accra.
the one in Accra, they told them, oh, when we went to
Exactly.
region A,
This
they
is
said
what
this.
we- yes.
Region B said this. So let's balance and see.
Because the taste
what
and
will help us.
preferences would
Yeah,
be
it will definitely
Yeah,
be different.
sure.
Yes,
It
when you
will
go
be.
to Volta region, I learned they have some crop of actors over there who act in their native
Language.
and they're even more popular than the ones that we see on TV and social media.
Yeah.
Always. The same applies to those in northern region.
Yeah.
That's what my
They also
colleague,
have an
he was-
industry.
Yes, they also have an
They have
industry.
an
Really?
industry on their own.
Yes, where they are even they don't even like watching our Kumawood and
They don't understand
what we
are saying.
Yes,
They are
they
So
not-
like
imagine
watching-
they get the proper structures. Imagine
For
they get
them.
the proper systems there.
Yes.
They'll
and they
break,
premiere
they'll
with
break
our
barriers.
surprises. How
They premiere their own
they
movies
premiere
there.
movies
You see?
with artists, guest artists, and everything, and they make money out of it over there.
I think the Ghana movie industry has been revolved around
Only
Kumasi
these
and
two.
Accra.
Yes.
And their issues are making it look like the whole country is like that.
No,
the industry.
There is
in
an
the whole-
industry thriving in the northern region that they can even go there and check.
You see, so if maybe there are plans in place to amplify some of these things, but let us also know your thoughts on this particular one. Drop your comments below for us.